He dragged a black man from a Mercedes, slammed him to the curb, and handcuffed him like a criminal. In front of the man's daughter. In front of half the neighborhood. Officer Davidson thought he had just humbled another uppity black driver. But the man he just humiliated was a federal judge with the power to destroy him. Phones were recording. His daughter was live streaming. And while Davidson basked in control, the man he cuffed was already setting into motion a reckoning that would burn through every corrupt corner of the system. Officer Kyle Dermott leaned against his cruiser, sunglasses catching the glare of the Georgia sun. He grinned as he watched the sleek black Mercedes crawl to a stop. To him, this was routine. Black man, fancy car, suspicious. He tapped his holster like it was a nervous tick, but the truth was, he enjoyed this. Inside the car, Raymond Ellis sat tall, mid-50s, charcoal suit, quiet strength. His hands were visible on the wheel, calm like always. But beside him, his daughter Maya, just 16, gripped the seat with shaking fingers. Her eyes flicked between the flashing lights in the rear view and her father's face. "Dad, what did we do wrong?" she whispered. "Nothing," Raymond said, voice low. But that's never stopped them before. They had just left the courthouse, Raymond's courthouse, a federal judge for over a decade. His rulings had shaped civil rights policy across the state. But to Officer Dermott, none of that mattered. All he saw was a black man driving through the wrong neighborhood. "License and registration," Dermott barked before he even reached the window. Raymond moved slowly, narrating each motion like he had advised countless others in his courtroom. "I'm reaching for my wallet now, then my registration." Still, Dermott's hand rested on his gun. The officer snatched the documents, barely glancing at them before his jaw clenched. Everything was clean. Too clean. "Step out of the vehicle," he ordered. "May I ask the reason for the stop, officer?" Raymond's tone was respectful but firm. Dermott's lip curled. "Don't question me, boy. Step out." Maya gasped. The words stung. Not because Raymond wasn't used to it, but because today, his daughter had to hear it. Raymond stepped out, deliberate and poised. His very presence made Dermott twitch. Too composed, too confident, too equal. That's when it turned ugly. "Hands on the car. I don't consent to a search. I'm a federal judge and I know my rights, under—" But Dermott wasn't listening. The handcuffs snapped shut. Cold, tight, public. Maya's scream shattered the air. Across the street, phones rose. Porches filled. Neighbors started recording. But Dermott didn't care. He shoved Raymond to his knees. "You think you're special?" he hissed. "Out here, you're just another." He didn't finish the sentence, but everyone knew what came next. Raymond knelt on the pavement, wrists bound, suit scraped against concrete. His breathing was steady, but his eyes, sharp, calculating, locked on Dermott. He wasn't just humiliated, he was documenting. Maya live-streamed it all, her voice trembling but clear. "This is my dad, Judge Raymond Ellis, and they just cuffed him for no reason." The stream caught fire. Thousands joined within minutes. The sight of a federal judge on his knees, treated like a criminal in front of his daughter, ignited a fury the country hadn't felt since George Floyd. Inside the patrol car, Raymond sat in silence. 2 more cruisers arrived. No one asked questions. No one reviewed evidence. Just nods and shrugs, as if black plus Mercedes equals threat. Meanwhile, Dermott dug for dirt. His hands tore through glove compartments, trunk panels, hoping for a weapon, a bottle, anything. But Raymond's record was spotless. His ID? Impeccable. And then, the tremor. Not in the air, but in Dermott's face. The police scanner chirped. "Judge Ellis? Confirmed? Southern District?" Another voice followed. "Do not proceed. Chief wants him released, immediately." Dermott's face drained of color. Raymond watched him approach, cuffs in hand. His voice barely a whisper. "Sir, there's been a misunderstanding." Raymond stood tall as the cuffs clicked open. "This wasn't a misunderstanding," he said, voice low, cold. "It was a revelation." Maya stepped beside him. Reporters now flooded the block. Her phone still streamed, but her hands had stopped shaking. Across the street, a white neighbor stepped forward. "I saw it all. He did nothing wrong." Another nodded. "He was calm. That officer, he was looking for trouble." Dermot tried to speak again, but Raymond held up a hand. "Save it," he said. "You're going to need a lawyer." By sunset, news vans were stacked down Maple Street. Civil rights attorneys reached out. Senators tweeted support. Hashtags trended. Hashtag justice for Raymond. Hashtag end police bias. But the real reckoning came the next morning. Officer Dermot's phone rang. It was the U.S. Attorney General's office. They had seen the footage, and they were coming for him. Because this time, the man they tried to break had the entire system on his side, and a nation behind him. If this story shook you, don't scroll past. Like, comment, and share to amplify the truth. Subscribe now, because silence protects power, but your voice spreads justice.